What's up? What's good? It's your boy and your favorite host, Tommy Springfield, aka the king of all things related to talk TV, radio, internet. You can be at the hair salon, at your favorite barbershop. You can be from the suburbs or the ghetto. It doesn't matter if you speak English, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese. We got you covered. It's only a few type of talk we don't do over here. We definitely ain't talking hate. We definitely ain't pillow talking. And we definitely at no time ever do we talk to law enforcement. Like I always say, if you're new here, click the like, share, subscribe, click the bell and hit all so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these videos. Why not? It only helps me, never hurts you. But before we get into today's video, I got one question. Can I talk to you? I don't think you heard me. I said, can I talk to you? So, if you're new here, I just look at videos, I give my opinions on them. It's nothing special. That's all. That's it. Something simple. Don't get mad at me. I'm not biased. I do videos on black people. I do videos on white people, Spanish people. It don't matter. These are just my opinions on what I'm seeing. In today's case, we got some stupid black folks who shot up a crib and killed the 4-year-old. Enough of me talking. Let's get to it.
We've got a lot of people on this assigned to this case, and they're not going to stop until we get somebody in handcuffs. I can promise you that.
The Bexar County Sheriff devoting major resources tonight to track down the shooters who opened fire on a family's home, sadly killing a 4-year-old little girl. That little girl's 2 siblings and their mom and dad also shot but are expected to recover. It happened around 7 o'clock last night on the city's northeast side. News 4 San Antonio's Robert Price has a look at the new surveillance video that could help investigators to catch the suspects.
This was not a drive-by shooting where they shot from the street. They wanted to get out and get up close and personal.
Really loud gunshots, just in broad daylight.
Now, you see these 2 dudes are shooting up a home, right? What can these people possibly have did? I don't know. So I'm not saying the people inside the home are innocent, but what could they possibly have did? What can they possibly have did for you to go to their home and shoot it up like that with those big old guns and kill a 4-year-old? You are done. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. And for what? For what?
It was surgical, and the sheriff says it was targeted.
And they wanted to empty enough lead into that home to make sure that they inflicted maximum damage, to make sure that they killed somebody.
A 4-year-old girl was killed. Her mom and dad and her 7- and 8-year-old siblings are all in the hospital. All of them shot inside their home off Walsham Road and New World Drive when these 2 fired 30 rounds from small Draco AK-47 Woodstock rifles.
Now the black community be like, oh, the system be holding us back and the white man be holding us back. Okay, if that's the stance you take, that mean when shit like this happen, the black community gotta police itself. These 2 dudes should be turned up, tied up, hog-tied to either turned into the police or dealt with. If you don't want the police judging your black babies, you don't want people doing what they gotta do, right? The hood should either take care of them or wrap them up in a nice bow tie and deliver them to the police department. Because if we're not calling ourselves out, how can we ask anybody to respect us? This is what's going on in our communities. Ain't nobody holding us back. Ain't no system designed to hold us back. The system is doing its job. It's catching dudes like this and putting them under the prison.
The rounds, it's almost as soon as they come out of that gun, are tumbling. And so when they hit flat. It's a devastating wound that makes. So you can imagine that coming in contact with a little girl, 4 years old.
Here's how a neighbor who asked not to be identified described the scene.
After the gunshots, we just immediately just started hearing screaming. I initially just got really scared because I know that area just has a bunch of little kids.
Now here's a closer look at the getaway car, what investigators believe to be a dark gray Infiniti Q50. The sheriff wants as many people as possible to see these pictures and videos.
It's just something that we can't allow to happen anywhere, to anyone, much less a 4-year-old child that had nothing to do with anything.
As for the surviving victims, they're still in the hospital, but at last check, the sheriff says their condition is improving. Meantime, he says several units, a huge chunk of the sheriff's office, is working to find these shooters.
Is it going to give me great pleasure to charge both of these two guys with capital murder when the time comes? Absolutely, it's going to. I can promise you that.
Robert Price, News 4, San Antonio.
Got a lot of.
And it will also give me great pleasure too, sir, when you catch these bad guys that killed that 40-year-old girl, because stuff like this in the black community got to be stopped. And like I said, black community, we can't play both sides. Either these dudes need to be hog-tied, wrapped in bow ties, and dropped off at the local police department, or they need to be dealt with in the hood, because we can't play both sides. We can't want respect for other races and other communities if this is what's going on in our community. Like I always say, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that bell, click all so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these videos with my unbiased opinions. And if you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect. And if you're one of them haters out here, cut the shit.